Welcome to Vlogmas. Here I'm going to show you guys all that I do throughout these next few weeks leading up to Christmas. It's stressful but also a blessing. So come join me on this journey. Hey you guys, happy holidays. If you don't know who I am, my name is Reese and you are on another episode for Vlogmas. This is episode 3. I'm missing a nail, y'all. Already missing nails. Welcome. I'm in a very grateful, cheery mood. Hopefully this energy can resonate off of the screen so you guys can feel how I'm feeling, because I'm feeling super blessed. But anyways, you clicked this video because you are probably wondering life after graduating with a finance degree, my overall experiences, and some questions that I probably left you lingering on my other videos. So I did find a couple questions to answer for this video, as well as some credit card hacks that I learned along the way, and some tips and tricks to just make a little bit more coin. Okay, then stay tuned. Bye. All right, we are here, we are back. So I decided to do another finance video because it was highly requested on my Instagram, and a lot of people actually asked some questions, very good questions from my past life update for my other finance videos. So I definitely want to answer those questions in this video and maybe, you know, help you. But anyways, let's go to question number 1. Does speaking more than one language help? This is from Sebastian. I believe yes. Speaking multiple languages, especially in Spanish and English, that will definitely help, because a lot of jobs that I tried to apply, I couldn't because I did not speak Spanish. So I think that is definitely a good trait to have, especially in the job force for finance. But if you don't speak another language like me, you'll be fine. So it's just an additional step up, I guess. Hopefully that helps. Do you think finance major is harder than accounting? That's a good question. I have to think about it. Me personally, no, I think finance is easier than accounting because accounting is its own language. So you have two bubbles, but they kind of intertwine, because with finance is more with the numbers and very analytical and very 2 + 2 = 4. But accounting is its own language, it's its own sector. You have to really learn about the balance sheets and all that. Having accounting knowledge to go into finance does help, because with those spreadsheets, with the balance spreadsheets and the income reports and statements and all that does have numbers in it, and you actually have to know where those numbers are coming from. That's where finance comes in. So with finance, you are understanding where the numbers are coming from and how to maybe save money or how they're losing money. So overall, do you think finance major is harder than accounting? I think finance is easier than accounting, because with me, it's more easier for me to understand how to get that specific number rather than the reason why they got that number. Does that make sense? That one is by Caitlin. Shout out to Caitlin for that question. So I have another question. It is from Mariana. There we go. It's by Mariana Finance. She put, how do you get contract jobs? I got this new contract job. It's from the same company. So this job that I have is under a company called Robert Half. I think you guys probably already heard of them, but they are a company where they are the middleman between the employer and the employee. They try to hook up the correct people into the job force, and sometimes it's temporary work. So again, Robert Half, if you guys haven't heard of them, I'll ask my boss to see if I can put like a referral link down there, so maybe that can help you guys out. Currently I'm going to be working with Las Vegas staff, so I believe Robert Half is countrywide. I don't think they're only in California. So, and then I know I have some co-workers that live in New York that I work with, and some of them have remote jobs available. So it's a very fun job. But yeah, how I got introduced to them is when I was going to school for finance, we would have different people in different fields come into the classrooms and have meetings with us and like just share about what their experiences are working in that specific field. It'll be a lot of different people working in the finance field. So I highly recommend going to a school that really values jobs. But that was in senior year. My senior year, a lot of people came to visit and talk to us about their different job experiences, and then they would give us their cards. I would keep all the cards, definitely keep every card any person comes to talk and make a lecture about. Keep their card, because you never know if you might need to hit them up later on, which I did, and that's how I landed this job. So I hope that answered that question. It isn't really a question, but this is a question, but it isn't, and I probably won't be able to do this. But this is by Daisy Garcia. She put, can you please make an advanced Excel video? Like, what were you tested on? I know basic stuff, but I don't know if I'm confident enough to say I'm good at it. Okay, that's not really, it's kind of a question, it's not. So I can't make a advanced Excel video just for the simple fact that I'm bad at teaching Excel. But if you do major in finance, or if you're not majoring in finance, definitely take on a class that has the words CIS. So that's Computer Information Systems. That will definitely teach you some cool little tips and tricks for Excel. That will actually teach you about the whole Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all that, just the basic stuff you need for the workforce. But if you want to know some more advanced things, the class that taught me how to make learn cool little Excel tricks that can help you advance in the workplace, it was called Financial Analysis. Ooh, brain fart. But I took a class called Financial Analysis. Hopefully in your schooling they have the same name, but I'm pretty sure they have a class similar to that that's going to teach you the ins and outs for Excel. So hopefully that helped you. Okay, this is by Karen Singh. Hey, love the video. I'm a junior in high school. Any internship suggestions and how the classes will be? So if you're in high school, I think you shouldn't worry about internships unless you're just that type of person. I think you should wait until you get into college and join clubs. I think that is the best way to get into internships, because if you do just try to get into internships by yourself with no recommendations, it's very hard. I know when I was in my finance society club, they had the president and also the teacher that was behind the finance society actually had recommendations to go to these internships, and a lot of the people in the clubs actually have internships and landed really, really good paying jobs because of that. So join your local accounting or finance society in your college. That will be the best bet to get internships. This is by Alexis Coloy T. Grande. I'm sorry if I'm butchering everybody's names, but hey, I'm in high school, senior. I'm interested in majoring in finance and Spanish, but I'm deciding whether to go to community college for 2 years and transfer instead of going to a local 4-year university. Which would you recommend? I recommend always going to community, because that's what I did. I am debt free because of it. They paid for my first 5 years of college for free. I was in school for 6 years, so I only paid for the last year of my college out of pocket for university. So I did go to community college first. I feel like that's the best bet. Get all your general ed done first and then transfer and get into university. But yeah, that's what I recommend. But do you, if you have the money on hand to afford college, definitely go to a 4-year. But if you don't have the money, do community college. Don't waste your money. Those are the main questions that I seen. I hope I answered a majority of your questions. Right now I'm doing really good after college. At first it was really, really rough starting off. I was laid off on my other jobs, and I was on unemployment for about 4 or 5 months until I found another job. And right now, each job that I'm getting, I get paid higher and higher. So I started off at 15 an hour. Now I'm at 19 an hour. Hopefully my next job is like 20 something an hour. So definitely keep your faith in God. If you are religious, keep your faith in God or the universe or whatever you believe in. Definitely just trust the process. College felt so long. But I was able to do it, and then I was able to land a job after like 6-7 months after graduation. Definitely trust the process. You could do it. Good luck for this semester, you guys. You guys can get through anything. If I got through it, you can. I'm gonna keep telling you this every finance video I make, because look, I have my success story. Like I'm doing the damn thing, okay? I'm doing it, and you can do it too. Just keep going. Form those groups. Make sure you form those study groups, join clubs, all that. And yeah, we're gonna move on to some credit card hacks, because I'm not gonna leave you empty-handed. I'm gonna be here to teach you a little bit something I've been cooking up over the past 2020. Okay, so I am just all about credit. Like, if you know me, I love like talking about credit cards and stuff, because I have like 4 bad babies. I got 4 credit cards, and my parents are like, that is very dangerous. But if you know how to use a credit card, the money is endless. Like, you can take advantage of different rewards. So yeah, if you want to check out my other credit card videos and little things that I did during college, check those videos out. This right here is for the advanced credit card users for this hack. So I ended up getting a Chase Sapphire travel card, and I bought my camera that you're seeing right now with it, and I guess they were having a promotion saying if you spend $4,000, you get 60,000 points, which is like $700 worth of travel credit. I did that, and you do it too for a check. I was the employee of the month. No, but for real. So that's a little credit card hack. I want to travel out. If you've been following me for a while, back when I did a life update and I was crying that, you know, I had to cancel my Thailand trip because of the coronavirus, and I was just crying and so upset. So I was like, you know what, let me invest in a travel credit card and really prepare myself to when I'm able to travel, I can travel for free. So that's what I did. I've been using this travel credit card to rack up points. You get double the points if you eat out with the card. So that's like literally the Sapphire card, the only card that I carry in my wallet. All the other cards that I have, they're in my safe. Like, I'm not even gonna use them. I'm just gonna let them sit and just put like my important bills on each credit card, so at least they're open and active. So that's something that I'm doing right now, and maybe you can do too if you are trying to look for a credit card that is very useful and maybe can help you later on in the future. So that's what I wanted to tell you, is this travel credit card is the GOAT. Right now I saved up almost $1,000 worth of points. I'm like at maybe I'm almost at 100,000 points right now, because I've just been swiping my card, girl. But make sure you pay on time. I pay the full amount each month. I don't even let no card linger with money over it. Never. I pay twice a month, so it can look like my card is getting paid twice in a month, which can help your credit score. So right now my credit score is at a 790. So definitely, if you want, take my advice, girl. Take my advice, or boy, if you're watching, take my advice for that. But if you don't have a credit card, don't do the Chase Sapphire, because it is a monthly or a yearly fee. I think $95 a year to just even have the card. So my first credit card was Capital One. They honored students. So if you're a student watching this, Capital One is really good with credit cards. You get cash back. That's the easiest, best credit card you can do, is cash back. I have an Apple credit card, and it's a waste of money, or it is a waste. I still have to keep it open, but I get a $25 gift card every certain amount of points that I get, which Apple products cost like thousands of dollars. I'm gonna be racking up those gift cards for like years. So it's a waste. Oh, just invest in cash back or travel. That's the only thing that I think is worth racking up points for. Anyways, what other stuff? I actually opened up a couple bank accounts. So I wanted to tell you guys about Credit Karma. They have their own bank account system where the APR percent is like, not APR, but I totally forgot. I'll have it linked up on the screen. But the percentage, I think it's an interest rate, I think that's what it's called, is 0.5%. So just having money sitting in that account, you get money back way more than a regular bank. So I put some money up in Credit Karma, so that's one thing. And then Digit, every finance video that I do, I'm always raving about Digit because their cashback is bomb too. I just got $12 for them just for having money sitting in there. Like, you guys, definitely split your money up in different banks if depending on the percent. And I started investing again, so I definitely want to get back into like telling you guys different things that I'm doing financially that is helping me and that I'm expanding on. I'm actually using my finance education behind the scenes through my content, the money that I'm getting through this business. I am repurposing it and investing. So I think that is just the best business decision you could ever do, is reinvest the money that you're making. So yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll go deeper into it, but I'll link all the links down below that I talked about, and definitely check out my finance playlist. So definitely check out my finance playlist of like when I started my little college career in finance and the reason why I did it, and yeah, see how much I've grown. So that is basically it. That ends episode 3 for Vlogmas. I am super happy and excited for just so many things that are happening in my life, and I can't wait to share some more information with you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in my next Vlogmas episode. Happy holidays. Bye.
Smoke, call it, go back, go back, go back.